डर के मारे देखो
डर के मारे किससे?
Your mic is not on yet.
No problem.
Okay, we are live on the dugout a day after, which would have ideally been day 4 of the test match. But here we are because the test match finished inside 3 days, in fact 2.5 days. Back to back 2 test matches. बहुत लोग comment कर रहे हैं we are very late. That is because of Mr. Vikrant Gupta who had some meetings to attend in Chayos.
No.
He's got
No, I did fix the venue. I thought the venue would be
Adda. What is that?
no
Erstwhile Adda.
No, not erstwhile Adda. I thought
Right outside the office.
it'll be according to my pocket. But these are rich people. DK was there.
Which people?
RR was there.
DK.
GS also went with me.
Please clear.
Which DK we're referring to here?
Huh.
People may not be familiar with that. But the only name that
No, come on, yaar. How can you say people are not familiar with that DK?
DK.
DK, Dharminder Kumar.
Yeah, Dharminder Kumar.
They're saying sound is not coming. Is the sound now?
So you don't have a mic?
Check.
No. It's there. Mic is there. Okay, so what we are discussing is, and the question is that after being dropped as vice captain, will KL Rahul play the 3rd test match or not? We have a lot of elements that we will be taking, but before I go to the elements, because I remember Vikrant made a point that day where he said that if he is in the squad, which he is now, he will be playing the 3rd test match. And I was of the opinion that whether in the squad or not, he's not playing the 3rd test match. What did you say, Rahul, at that time? You remember? No.
See.
Okay, doesn't matter what you said now. What do you think now? That is.
See, now that they've removed him as the vice captain of this team, they've also left a scope where he might not play in the 11. So what I feel is he might get to play the 3rd test match, and if he scores, that's fine. If he doesn't score, then he will not. In fact, Shubman
But
will.
you said this after first test, he'll play the 2nd test match. He scores, he stays. If he doesn't, now 2nd has become 3rd. Then why? Why is that
because
changed?
he's still
the
in
goalpost?
because he's still in the squad, and
because he's in the squad,
he's
you're
in
saying.
the squad.
What he said.
Because if you remember,
before.
what I initially had said was that if he doesn't score in the first 2 test matches,
Yes.
then Shubman Gill will be your opener alongside Rohit Sharma, and Abhimanyu Ishwaran will be picked in the squad.
Okay.
But that has
But
not
now
happened.
that he's in the squad, you think he'll play? You're still sticking to what you said earlier, that if he's in the squad, he will.
Oh, definitely.
Then why have the
Last 2
what
test
does
matches, I
What
think
third test match, he might play the 4th test match as well.
Then-
regardless of the performance. See, you need to understand.
But why has he been then removed as that vice captain? If he was going to pay, he
Just
would
to
have left.
please you.
Yeah,
Just
but I'm-
to please the fans, so that the next 5-7 days, you don't keep discussing this thing only.
But here we are discussing it.
No, you are, because he's been removed as the vice captain.
I'm pretty sure we
And
don't
you are
discuss it
saying,
even then.
will he or will he not?
Yes.
But if he was still the vice captain, your show would have been, why is he going to play?
Okay.
Now the question is whether or not he'll play. So 2-3 days you'll speculate whether or not he'll play, and then when he'll play, then you'll ask a question.
Mic
So-
not working.
Is your mic on?
देखो यार आके
No.
इतनी important बातें मैंने कर दी हैं यार.
No, it's
NFC
on.
It's muted, I think.
No, it says.
Just put it on.
You
and
keep
off.
going. What were you saying? Ah.
No, so I mean, there's no doubt in my mind. Not even 1%.
किया मैंने.
Not even 1% in my mind that he will not play. KL Rahul is going to start as your opening batsman in the next test match. KL Rahul. And see, before the selection, before the teams were announced, which was in the evening around 7 o'clock, I suppose,
Yes.
you'd heard the coach Rahul Dravid
Yes.
and the captain Rohit Sharma.
I will play that.
They did say that he is.
No, but what do you expect a captain or a coach to say?
We expect the captain and the coach to say that listen, he's
Upar
not
jana
scored
ek baar,
runs.
please, Shivam.
He's looking out of sorts, and we need to play the best 11. And if Shubman Gill deserves to play in the 11, we will consider Shubman Gill. They cannot give him a blanket and say, "Ki you will play."
But
So
did
they
say that?
they are.
Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you quickly because he's talking about that. Shivam, just leave that. Can you show us what both Rohit Sharma and Rahul Dravid have said? Now, this is what Rohit Sharma, the captain, has said. We are quoting him exact. There has been a lot of talk about KL's batting, but for us as a team management, we always look at potential. If they have that, they will get an extended run. Okay, that's the first thing that Rohit Sharma has said. Second is Rahul Dravid. And what has Rahul Dravid said? He said, this is what I don't like is for Rohit Sharma, you put Rohit Sharma's figure that he is saying. For Rahul Dravid, you put KL Rahul. It should be Rahul Dravid, na?
It was in a nice vertical.
In the whole of internet, there is not one image of Rahul Dravid vertical.
It's one and the same thing, KL Rahul or Rahul Dravid.
It's not a... One is a legend of Indian cricket, yaar. Goes down in
And the other one is the legend in the making, yeah?
No, when it
making, nobody
I'm
knows.
saying when it comes to supporting KL Rahul, it's,
Achha.
KL Rahul, if you would ask him also, I think he will also say the same thing. Just that, except for that he will be replaced by I.
Achha.
This is just a phase. I have been one of
Okay,
India's
wait.
most successful overseas openers. I have got hundreds in South Africa and England. I'll continue to
be
back
back.
myself.
Okay, you guys, did you cut that full screen?
I'll tell you
Shivam?
something. Now, there's no harm, and there's the other side of it, where you need to give credit to Rahul Dravid and Rohit Sharma. The manner in which they're backing their players. It could be KL Rahul today. It may have been Jadeja yesterday, or even Ashwin, Pujara. Okay? The moment this management came into being, they gave them the confidence, and most of them have been performing. Unlike in the previous years, where even though you would perform, you could still sit out. So this management doesn't have the precedent of making a vice captain sit out in test matches, which I think is fairly reasonable.
Ekdam
The
start.
point is, the selection committee yesterday, the 4 selectors that you have now, all of them are new, raw. Even if they had wanted to, let's say if they had wanted to drop KL Rahul from the 15 or 16, they couldn't have dared do that.
Why
None of them
Ab dare
would have
nahi.
dared speak to the coach and the captain and disagreed with them. So now that they've gotten rid of Chetan Sharma, fortunately, unfortunately, whatever,
So you're saying if
the team management will now run the
if
show.
Chetan Sharma was there, he would have...
Things could have been a bit different.
I think most
Could have been a bit
most
different.
of the times Chetan Sharma and Rahul Dravid
Niche,
were not
niche,
on
Chetan.
the same page.
Yes.
And Chetan Sharma, with the whatever experience that he had as a Test cricketer, he still had something in him that could challenge Rahul Dravid in those meetings. In fact, so much so that I think I shared this in the past also. There was a time when during one of these team meetings, Rahul Dravid was very upset with Chetan Sharma, and that is where Saurav Ganguly had to barge in that meeting.
Okay, so you're saying if Chetan Sharma was there, things would have been slightly different.
See, we can't say that.
Could have been.
Could have been, because you never know. Rahul Dravid would have still backed. So what I think he'll get one more test. Thereafter, Shubman Gill will play the 4th test and the World Test Championship final.
Okay, my point is...
I'll tell you something.
Huh.
The IPL is round the corner, yaar.
So what does
Do
that
you think, come on, Venkatesh Prasad really hit the nail on its head. He did say a few things, and because he's been saying that every day, it is almost as if he's been waiting for KL Rahul to fail. So obviously the message gets diluted. You say something once and leave it at that, and every failure, so people will again be divided. But he did say that there are people who matter. I mean, the influencers in Indian cricket, they will never ever open their mouth because somebody is the captain of a franchisee. Now with the IPL round the corner, you tell me, Nikhil, KL Rahul, unfortunately for him and his franchisee, is no longer part of the T20 Indian team. One day also there's been a debate. They will look at his performance because...
One day he's been fairly okay.
But there was still a debate.
No, but
he's
if
now a
Rishabh
wicket
Pant had been
batsman.
fit...
Batsman.
No, but if Rishabh Pant would have been fit, things could have been a bit different.
True.
Right? Now you take him out of the test team, the value goes down. And you know how Indian cricket runs, how the franchisees do exercise control over certain things. Now, I'm not saying that
What could the franchise, which are the influencers that would have been influenced by the franchise?
former players.
No, so okay. Just show some former players. Former players are talking.
Who?
So we've got
Former players like?
So we'll play. Okay, maybe not the influential ones, maybe not the top level, but you had Harbhajan Singh yesterday, who's a very well known player.
No, but Harbhajan again is somebody who will speak his mind. Harbhajan will always
So
always
he
do that.
said Shubman should play. So one player has said,
Yeah.
I'm taking all former players. So there's Doda Ganesh, who had been critical, by the way, comes from the same state as KL Rahul. He had been critical of KL Rahul. This one is slightly milder, where he says that Rahul Dravid and the think tank has immense faith in KL Rahul's abilities. So he's getting an extended run like Rohit got in ODIs. We all know KL is a special player. It's high time he converted his potential into consistent scores. Let's hope he comes good in the last two tests.
So-
This is a milder version of what he has
Yeah,
been
but
saying.
you know what?
It seems that he's very confident that KL Rahul will get
No,
to
but
play
that's
the
what I'm
last
saying.
two
He's
tests.
saying now.
After
but
he got named in the
he's not
squad,
confident.
sure.
He's saying let's hope he comes good.
Yeah, but
Does that mean
but
that
one
he
thing I
wants him
don't
to play in the next
see, when you're 31, 32, you've played close to 50 test matches. How could people still talk about your potential?
I agree.
Your potential is in the
When
first
is the
10, 12
potential?
test matches, yaar.
Yeah.
The moment you played 50 test matches, you've been the India captain.
Yeah.
Come on.
Potential,
And you know, again, Venkatesh Prasad, let me also give you the latest tweets. The ones that he tweeted today.
In the morning, yes.
So, he said, there's a view that KL Rahul has an outstanding overseas
there it is.
test record.
You can read.
Yes. So, stats speak otherwise. Now,
Full frame.
home test matches, he's played 16. He averages 40, 1 century. Overseas, he's played 31 test matches. He's got 600s.
But
His average is 30. He was a success when India were leading the series in England in 2021, along with Rohit Sharma. But, he's not scored runs. He's not looking good. Now, these are difficult pitches for all the Indian batsmen as well. And I think while Rohit Sharma and Rahul Dravid were talking about the potential and the records that you have for the extended run, that is valid for somebody like Virat Kohli. That is valid for somebody like Ajinkya Rahane, for somebody like Cheteshwar Pujara, even Rohit Sharma to an extent.
valid for Rahane though, because he got dropped.
Yeah. No. See, you talk about the pedigree and then you say, give them an extended run.
Yeah.
Because they've been there, they've done it before. Rahul hasn't.
Exactly.
Yeah. So let's quickly show those.
And
numbers
for
of
the
what
World
you're
Test
talking
Championship final at the Oval, are they sure they're going to open with Rohit and Rahul only?
No, they're not sure.
So
no,
Shubman Gill must play the third Test match,
Order.
which he will
In
not.
order.
Give him 2 Test
In
matches.
order.
I think he will get 2 test matches.
Shubman Gill.
Yes.
Fourth and the final
no,
of
it's a
the
pen.
World Test
It's gonna be
Championship
right.
final.
Okay. So
Dekh lena.
let me quickly first take this week we've got what Venkatesh Prasad also said, what Doda Ganesh. Next one, we've got more people. So even Harsha Bogle is quite influential on social media. He says India have time to ponder over the makeup of the team for Indore and Ahmedabad. He was unlucky today, but it might be time to look at Shubman Gill over KL Rahul. So he's very clear in that opinion that you should now go with Shubman and not KL Rahul. W.V. Raman, as I said, I'm certain of one thing, that there will be a lot of cricketers who would wish that they had Rohit Sharma and Rahul Dravid as captain. and
Exactly
coach
what I
during
said.
their plays.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's really positive on what Rohit and Rahul are doing, or it's a bit sarcastic.
from a player-
He
from a
is
player
taking
perspective,
some-
it's positive.
I think he is taking pot shots at both.
Yeah, that I wish every cricketer had this
captain
much.
like that,
Yeah,
yeah.
this much.
No, but he also talks about the fact he could be talking about his own self. By the way.
Yeah, absolutely. That I wish I had also got that much.
So I think it's.
So that doesn't reflect very well on KL.
I don't
Rahul, is what I'm
think.
saying.
I don't think this is sarcasm on Rohit Sharma and Rahul Dravid.
No, I'm saying no, not on them, but I'm saying maybe this doesn't then reflect very good on KL Rahul in a way where he's saying that nobody probably in the history then got as much as
I don't know why. I don't know why people are so insecure. The cricketers, the team management. See, if you get dropped, that is not going to be the end of the world.
No, absolutely
Stakes
not.
are very high now.
The stakes are high, not because of the IPL. That's the problem.
No, but how
See, you
does
get
that
dropped, you
influence-
get runs, you come back.
How does that influence?
Yeah, and you
Rohit
can have a
Sharma
better
and
view
Rahul
on your
Dravid?
game.
If
How
I'm
does that
not wrong,
influence
I
Rohit
think
Sharma and Rahul Dravid that if
Who?
his IPL value goes down, KL KL Rahul, how does that influence?
Why
the
did you
decision
wait
by
for me?
Rohit Sharma
Why
and,
did you not start your
Rahul
show
Dravid?
on time? Why did you not
Because
start
you
your
had a meeting at Chayos.
So why did you wait for me? Do I have influence on you? Did I have any influence on you?
Everyone, then I wait for when
Why?
Rahul
Why?
also-
Why? Why?
I just thought when everyone is here, then we'll start.
So you could have instead told me not to go out. You should have, when I left, it was 6:10. Should have said, no, 6:15 we've got to start.
Yeah, I said that.
No, you didn't.
Yes, you said I'm here at 6:20. I'll be here
No,
at
but
6:20.
my point is, why did you wait for me? Why did you not start your show? Because
we need a full house. That's why.
because both of us are convenient with each other. I could take the liberty to go out. I knew that you will possibly wait for me.
No, we could have started.
That's the influence, but you didn't. They could have played Shubman Gill, but they didn't.
No, but that's what I'm saying. How does the IPL influence their thinking? They're comfortable, yes, but the IPL has got nothing to do with it. Not then. Then maybe the relationship is
Rahul, please explain.
nice.
Please
But
explain.
how is that got to do with IPL?
No, because
Everybody knows.
I understand there was a time when franchisees used to call the shots,
Now they don't.
but
so that's what I'm saying.
That's
So how does
over
that-
now. That's
Now-
over now.
Point number 2.
So, and as far as commentators or the experts or so-called experts and former cricketers are concerned, I think they also foresee a few opportunities. That could be
No, those are those guys. I'm only talking about Rohit Sharma and Rahul Dravid. How does KL Rahul's value in the IPL got to do anything with Rohit Sharma and Rahul?
It's all about
Rohit
huge
Sharma
cracks.
it doesn't see himself playing for Lucknow Super Giants, na? Or
Neither does Rahul Dravid see himself
want
coaching
to
them.
be coaching Lucknow Super Giants. Even if he is, there is a good chance that KL Rahul may not be in Lucknow Super Giants by the time he decides to be coaching Lucknow Super Giants. So we don't know. So how would that be an influence on that?
Because
Anyway,
as friends,
yeah, they
you
could
will
be
try
comfortable, I
to
take
you
that
will
point.
you will try to protect my interests.
Oh,
You will
that-
try
that
to
yes.
cover up for me, and vice versa.
See, and also
And I'm not
yes,
saying,
I
and I'm
take
not
that
saying
point.
the Indian team is handing out charity. See, the coach and the captain know that they need to win, and they will win if they play the ideal 11. I don't. It's a blind case, but I think they're being unfair to somebody like Shubman Gill.
yeah, sure.
no, I think they are being
In
unfair to Indian cricket.
in letting KL Rahul play on and on and on. I mean, yes, even I want KL Rahul to score runs. Yeah, he's been one of my favorite batsmen. But the fact is, he's not scoring runs, and there's somebody who's sitting outside.
Who was scoring?
If Virat doesn't score runs, or Pujara doesn't score runs, or Rohit doesn't score runs, or Ajinkya Rahane doesn't score runs, you give them an extended run because you know what they can do. KL Rahul, after having played 47, 48 test matches, his average borders on mediocrity, and yes, he's not done justice to his talent. But the fact is, after 50 test matches, you do not talk about the unfolded potential. You look at numbers. And you also, at times, see when Virat was not scoring runs, he was not looking uncomfortable. There'd be one good ball here and there, or something would happen. In KL Rahul's case,
Shivam,
somehow he's lost confidence.
super chat comes.
He looks scratchy. Absolutely.
Hey, just one thing, can I just quickly go to why we are saying that the extended run? Because we've got a few comparative stats. Can you just bring that, Shivam, then we can have a free-flowing discussion. The stats, the two set of stats that we have, Shivam.
Shivam?
So now what we said is, these are the last 13 innings. We thought 12, 13 innings is a good enough size. Now, because you're talking about potential, there have been a few other regular openers. There have been many openers, but we've excluded those like Cheteshwar Pujara, Hanuma Vihari, Prithvi Shaw, because they barely played for one or two test matches,
Exactly.
right? So these are the ones recently, who've been playing a lot of test match. Now, Mayank Agarwal, and all of them are dropped. So Murli Vijay, Shikhar Dhawan, Mayank Agarwal, all of them were dropped. Now, their last 13 innings, so leading before that.
So can we discuss case by case?
Yes.
So each of their, I'm just taken 13, as in obviously there must have been a poor run, then you thought let's look beyond them. In Mayank Agarwal's case, his poor run was at an average of 33, and then he was done away with, and you look beyond. Shikhar Dhawan's case, his average had dropped to 30 in the last 13 innings from, I think, a career average of 41 or something. So maybe you thought dip in form, you dropped him. Murli Vijay had dropped to even worse than that, about at 20. Now the point is, when all of them in and around that, and some of them much better than KL Rahul, all of them I'm sure had potential, that's why they were playing for India, but they get dropped. Why is it that KL Rahul in the 13 innings, and these are also taken into account the overseas performances that he's had, which were being spoken about by the coach and
This
captain.
includes his highest score of 123.
Yeah, so we're including that, yet his average is, so why does he get a longer run that Mayank Agarwal, Shikhar Dhawan, Murli Vijay did not get?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And
Now
there's another
let's
one.
start with Murli Vijay.
No, I have another stat to just show you, just next one, of these guys only, that these are their overall test record. Now one argument could be that one is such a legend, which you pointed out, like Virat Kohli, that he was such a legend. So in the 13 innings, assumingly that his average dropped beyond Mayank Agarwal and Shikhar Dhawan, but because before that he was such a big legend of cricket that we had to give him a long run, which you would have given someone like a Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma. But these stats suggest that he was not even in terms of that an outside legend. So these are overall records. His overall average is also 33.
No, because he
So
scored
Shikhar-
centuries overseas. So again, till KL Rahul.
How
So
many?
till 6.
whatever you had scored.
Till Venkatesh Prasad posted it black and white. You know, even I had been assuming that, oh, he's such a fantastic player. He scored 6 test centuries overseas. So, you know, somehow...
7 overall, no? He's got
7
7
overall.
No, no,
and
but
7 ducks.
yeah, but you look at overall records also. So Mayank, Shikhar, Murli Vijay, all of them look
averaging
like far
career better.
superior batsmen. So if someone had to be given a longer rope in that sense, maybe Shikhar and Mayank would have been higher up in that.
You know,
compared to
with
KL
Mayank Agarwal,
now-
we all know that he was part of that squad that went to Australia,
Australian
and
one.
thereafter he was dropped after that first test. In fact, he played the Brisbane test, by the way, Mayank
Mayank.
Agarwal, but
No,
played
are we-
in the middle order.
Oh,
Now you can discuss. We are done with this.
As far as KL Rahul, you would remember that in the past, KL Rahul has been dropped. He went to Ranji Trophy, got runs, made his way back into the Indian team because Mayank Agarwal and others were not scoring runs consistently. As far as Shikhar Dhawan is concerned, I think we should not be judging and discussing about Shikhar Dhawan, perhaps because Shikhar Dhawan himself, because when he was dropped, he didn't go to Ranji Trophy and played domestic cricket. Maybe he had given up on test.
I agree with Rahul. Shikhar Dhawan, when they decided to do away with him, this was when the Indian team was in England, I think 18?
18, yes.
Yeah.
So that was the time when
MS also had left
Test cricket
I
by
think
that
Test
time.
cricket at that time.
Yeah.
by MS
He had
to
left it
15.
Australia.
This was 18 yaar. When
I think MS at that time
this is
had
1 year before the World Cup. Shikhar Dhawan then did not turn up
MS
for the
left
Ranji
with
Trophy.
MS dropped out of
14, 15, yeah, 14.
T20.
So
Dropped
the
out
point
of
is,
T20s.
the point is, let's start with Murli Vijay. Murli Vijay right now is going to be 39, I think next week or in about 10 days from now.
No, I'm not saying he comes back.
No,
And he's
last
retired,
13
He's
innings.
retired.
Let's go back here. Let's go back to the last 13
Yeah,
innings.
he's retired, but I'm saying
Listen, now I'll tell you. So now you see, when you take a call, you look at the age. He was taken to Australia in 18-19, and I think he had not been scoring runs, but he was taken to Australia, and where he actually looked out of sorts.
Correct.
And so this would have been about 4 years ago. He would have been close to 35.
Yes.
ठीक है जी? Look at his average, and he was looking horrible, to be very honest. He must have been one of the better opening batsmen that Indian cricket has seen in Test cricket. But the fact is, he was looking out of sorts, no runs, and he was about 35 at that time. So it took a call on him. Remember, they had somebody like KL Rahul, and they were also considering
Mayank also made his debut in
Mayank,
that very season.
and they were considering bringing Rohit Sharma back as an opener.
Correct.
They had a Prithvi Shaw
And they had a
knocking
Prithvi
the
Shaw.
doors.
In fact, Prithvi went for that tour. You would remember
Yeah, he got
2018.
injured, yeah.
He got injured while fielding in the boundary. You had Prithvi Shaw, you had KL Rahul, you had Mayank Agarwal making his debut in that very series.
Correct.
So you had options to look beyond Murli Vijay. And
ठीक है जी. So Murli Vijay, Shikhar Dhawan, like Rahul said, I think if Shikhar had tried,
lost that.
he would have made a
Gotten a
comeback.
comeback into the test.
He would have definitely made a comeback. I think among all of them, Shikhar Dhawan was
It's not so
your
much about
best opening batsman.
comeback. I'm saying the fact that he was dropped
No.
is what I'm saying.
No, this was the era.
Comeback is
I think-
different.
No, this
I
was
think
an
it's
era.
different.
This was an era. This is 2018 when Virat was dropping his vice captains as well.
Yeah, correct. So my point is when none of these guys who had a much better record
Yeah, vice captain.
could also be dropped despite a good record.
He did fight back, no.
No, what-
But again, Rohit Sharma started opening. Prithvi Shaw started opening.
Sure,
This is the fag end of 2018.
19.
Now Shikhar Dhawan played in England. No, 18.
Yeah, 18.
End of 18. So the moment
Lanka.
you had Prithvi Shaw as your opening batsman, Rohit Sharma as your opening batsman, with KL Rahul waiting, obviously Virat thought, I don't need Shikhar Dhawan now. Shikhar Dhawan should have played Ranji Trophy.
No,
He
no,
didn't.
I'm not talking about his comeback. I'm saying the fact that you reached the end of his run thinking that he should be dropped.
Because there were
Nikhil
good.
is saying that
But
he's
then you
being
also have
given.
Shubman.
He's being
No,
given.
तो मैं तो कह ही रहा हूँ.
He is
there is
being
also
So,
Shubman.
so I am
So I'm
saying
saying,
that
why
these
is it
guys.
that KL gets such a long row?
I am saying that these guys, when they played their last games, actually it was fair and it was justice. Mayank Agarwal would have been your opening batsman in England in 21, right? Remember? Shubman Gill got injured after the World Test Championship final. Mayank Agarwal got injured.
Yeah.
KL Rahul was your fourth opening option.
Choice, yeah.
And then KL Rahul got a chance and he got runs along with Rohit Sharma. So Mayank Agarwal, ideally, if he were fit, would have opened in the Test series. Now Mayank Agarwal's runs came in India. Somebody, I think he's got 2 double hundreds, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And he got runs in India.
Africa.
Looked very comfortable. And if memory serves me right, did he not play against New Zealand last
at
year?
home, at home. Because,
home.
I mean, after the World T20 in
because,
21,
because if I remember correctly, Rohit skipped that first test.
and Rahul was injured.
Rahul was injured. Shubman and Mayank opened.
So, in the case of Mayank Agarwal also, I think
Rohit came back.
Mayank again, I'm not. See,
Comments are-
he had limited ability. He made good use of them. Good use of that. Mayank Agarwal. He was very good against spinners in India. But again, you know, there were options at that time. So they said, okay, Mayank, we are looking at somebody like Shubman Gill perhaps.
Yeah.
If there is Shubman Gill sitting outside now, KL Rahul cannot be given every game.
Yeah.
And with the
Comments,
he
Shubham.
has played 47.
In fact, Shivam,
if the
can
team-
you get the last 13 innings of Virender Sehwag
If the-
and the last 13 innings of Gautam Gambhir, if you can?
if
Take
the
some time.
that's what I'm saying.
No, just let us know.
Somebody like Mayank Agarwal, KL Rahul, he's played 47 test matches and the Indian team is still talking about his potential, which someday
Yeah.
he will fulfill. By the way, 47 test matches. Gautam Gambhir, how many test matches did he play?
50
52
something,
or 58?
Yeah, something.
Around that much.
52 or 58 test matches. Murli Vijay, I think, played for
50.
a quite while.
60 something.
60
Ah,
something. I
60
think early 60.
Murli
61,
Vijay
62 maybe.
played in
61, 62.
61
Gautam
test
Gambhir,
matches.
And no, that's what I'm. You have made KL Rahul such an integral and important person in this Indian team that he cannot be dropped.
Despite actually the
If they could drop Virender Sehwag, if they could drop Gautam Gambhir, then there is no justification in KL Rahul playing every single game in spite of the failures. And I'm not saying that you just abandon him. Send him to domestic cricket. Let him work on his game. Like Venkatesh Prasad said, let him go to county
Let him go
cricket.
to
But
county.
again, you know,
Who'll leave the
Venkatesh
IPL?
Prasad said he should go and play county cricket. Do you think he will leave the IPL?
No, not at
So
all.
Venkatesh Prasad also has been making very pointed references.
And
So how many matches has KL played?
48.
47
48.
test matches.
Do you know, I'm just going to name a few openers that have played less test matches than him. Okay. Sidhu played 45.
Yeah,
Okay. Shikhar Dhawan played 34 only.
right,
Pankaj Roy played 41.
right.
Chetan Chauhan 39. Krish Srikanth 43. So just some openers who played, and some of them are legendary openers, who played less test matches than KL Rahul.
None of them led India in a test match. KL Rahul has.
No, Chika hai. Chika.
Huh, 4 test matches in Pakistan.
Pakistan.
Chika did.
Yeah, but so has KL
Sachin's
Rahul.
only series.
Yeah. So Ravi Shastri had.
And
11.
again, an average of
Also, yes.
no,
Ravi
and
Shastri also.
and an average of 33 in the 80s is close to 45 now. That's how you measure. Okay, so Virender Sehwag, last 13 innings, na? I'll just go back, huh? He failed in the series against Australia when India won 4-0. So his last innings, if you could calculate, 8, 6, 19, 2, 0, 49, 23, 9, 30, 25, 117 in a test match winning knock in Ahmedabad, 38, 43, 47. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So his last 13 innings would be 6, 2, 9, 19, 0, 23,
Who
49,
can't do them.
Sehwag.
No, I'm bad at maths.
No, much more than what KL Rahul has.
So, but this is the end of the career.
This is Sehwag. Last 13 innings.
But I'm saying you dropped him, na. That he doesn't.
Virender
come back is
Sehwag.
another thing.
Never
I'm saying
came back, but
your rope
He had
ended
bad
there.
6 months, 4 months. You drop Virender Sehwag altogether. Never to have him play for India again. Virender Sehwag.
Yeah.
the greatest, one of the greatest openers that India has ever
Yeah,
seen.
true. 2 of the greatest.
All time 11.
2 of the greatest,
Yeah,
nahi?
Sunil
Which we have to
Ah,
make
yes.
the team.
Yeah.
So the point is,
Acha. Okay, why don't you answer what Shan is saying? Shan is saying everybody speaks a lot about KL Rahul. Why can't we move on? Everybody faces some bad time. And just give him some break.
You know, the players that we are talking about, these are all, big match players. Unfortunately, KL Rahul is not a big match player. I'm not just talking about test.
as of now.
I'm not.
So he's going to
then
talk
when-
about as of now
for,
only.
He's been around for
He's
quite
played
a
more
Since
test
20
matches than Navjot Singh Sidhu, Chris Shrikant,
Navjot Singh
Chetan
Sidhu
Chauhan, Pankaj
got
Roy.
how much did he score against Pakistan in that quarterfinal? 89.
But that's an ODI game, na?
No, I'm talking about all
Overall,
formats.
all formats.
I'm talking about all formats
No,
for
no.
KL Rahul.
No, double
he
hundred
is
in
not
West
a
Indies.
big match player, unfortunately, KL Rahul.
Yeah.
He's not across formats.
Do you want me to take out Gambhir's numbers in the last 13 innings? 1, 65, 60, 40, 37, 4, 18, 0, 3, 29, 50, 29, 0.
Yeah, 3 half centuries in that point, basically. Oh.
Yeah, but the not
Maybe
great
they're waiting
numbers.
for him to score runs and then they'll retire him.
Who? Gambhir?
KL, huh? KL. But when Rohit Sharma and Rahul Dravid, when they speak before the media, what do you expect? Obviously, they will have to support and back their player. Because I remember I was there when Vikram Rathore came for a presser and he was asked about KL Rahul.
Excuse me.
It seemed that he was a little upset at that question when he was asked about KL Rahul, that in the past we've never seen any player, irrespective of whoever he may be, any player who's been given this long a rope.
We have actually.
I'm not, as in,
Who?
Rohit. Rohit got a long rope.
For what?
how long?
See, he had good form in 2007.
No, but
Yeah.
in what format? Is it?
Across, I think, Test he took a while to make his debut, but white ball, yes. Until he really became an opener, he was middling at best as a middle order bat. I don't think that's.
Yeah, but at that time, it was at that time,
can't
2013, he made his open. He came in as an opener.
Yeah, and that was
2013.
6 years after he made his debut.
But he wasn't playing consistently also at that
Why wasn't he playing consistently?
consistently, as in he wasn't featuring in the 11 consistently. He was not a part of the Indian 11.
Yeah, but
all-
we're talking about somebody who's featuring consistently
yeah,
now.
and he is, by the way, your captain and vice captain. He's been. I
I,
agree.
like for example, I don't think Rohit also got that much of a long rope in Test cricket, and
So
he did
Test cricket-
perform.
Test
By the
cricket, he
way,
was
He
done.
didn't perform. He used to be dropped.
Yeah, yeah. Test
That
cricket, he
was-
was
He
done.
never played 4 test matches on the trot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To
never.
be fair, he was also not setting the stage on fire, so he didn't get a long rope. Is what I'm trying to say.
And that was when he was asked to open.
Yeah,
that
then
was
he just
the
turned it
last
around.
shot, last draw of dice.
Last roll of the dice, yeah.
So he just, in fact, if that wouldn't have happened,
I think he would have.
his Test career would have been over. And this guy, KL Rahul. So
By the way, what Pratik Mandal is talking about, which is good, that after 50 tests, which almost KL Rahul has played, if you had to be that sort of a player, Virat's average was 56 at that time.
Correct.
So if you're that level player, then you understand that you come through a bad phase. You understand, no, yeah, this guy averaged
Even if it was
56.
mid 40s, I'd have been okay.
Yeah.
At 34, I mean,
That's what I'm saying. So either you had been that level, Virat Kohli level, then you would have said,
Untouchable.
No, that yeah,
the
this
good
guy.
thing about
averaged this
KL
much.
Rahul is, see, if he would have scored something in any of these Test matches,
he would have probably gotten an
we wouldn't have been talking about it because the Test match is over. You have so many days.
We have a lot of days, 9 days to be
What will you
specific.
do? Discuss about
Be like the Australian team. They went out to play golf today at the Kutub golf
Was
course.
this sweeping over there also?
They were not sweeping.
KL.
They were driving. And their drives on the golf course, I believe, are better than the drives on the cricket pitch.
What drives on the cricket pitch?
Exactly. They're driving.
Besides
better.
Hanscom, only one who I recall trying that.
Australia haven't even tried. They've not even tried to look good.
They've not fought.
Hazelwood has gone back. I think in his case,
I mean, there were times when the Indians would also travel to Australia, get beaten up inside
Black
3
and
days.
blue.
But your batsmen would still show some courage,
Yeah.
some intent to fight. Maybe they were not good enough at that time. Australia, yaar, 6 batsmen getting out either on the reverse sweep or the sweep. What kind of cricket are they playing here?
And
One
I
dimensional.
actually expected this to be a good series because of their batting. And
yeah, before the
unfortunately,
series, you're building it up. I'm scared for India.
Smith and this, that.
Unfortunately-
कहीं लेने की देने ना पड़ जाए.
unfortunately, it's their batting which is why they've lost these 2 Test matches.
And mind you, India's top order also has been kind of
That's what I'm
shaky.
saying.
Lower orders bailed you out more often than not. You're missing your best pace bowler. This is a half this thing team, and you're still beating them black and blue within 2.5 to 3 days in the first 2
Like
days.
Satyam said, Jadeja has a better batting
I think
average than KL.
I think KL has a better average.
Let's check that, please.
I think KL has 38 touch, Jadeja is 37 point.
No, he's 34.
Oh my God.
What?
Who?
Number 6 batsman you're
Who?
comparing.
KL
Rahul is not 38.
He's 33.
He's 33.
Overall.
Overall, 33.
It was 37. It's come down now.
It's 33 point something. I was just
Sample size
checking.
is not huge, na?
Arey Jadeja, KL we know.
No, KL is.
KL का तो पता है.
KL's average is some 33.
33
Yeah,
point
go
something.
where you were.
No,
I'm
we've
telling
got
you,
it in
yaar.
The overall stat, yaar.
Arey, it is
I mean,
33
Jadeja
point
का
something,
नहीं.
yaar.
First, let's see Jadeja. Test. अरे वहीं लिखा है फ्रंट पेज पे
36.3.
36.9.
बस.
36.9. Is
Who?
better.
Who?
Jadeja.
Jadeja.
Rahul is 33 point something, na?
Yes, 33 point.
36.88. Yeah.
KL Rahul.
33.4.
33.44. What are you saying?
3.44.
वही तो.
Yeah, how dare they pick him in the
You said it.
11?
And Rahul 33.44 now.
These are the comments.
90s में 33.44, like I said, would be something like 45 today. The kind
Yeah.
of fast bowling
One of
attack.
your current selectors, Shiv Sundar Das, was dropped despite having a better average than KL Rahul after like.
He was a very good batsman.
Exactly, very good batsman.
By the way, Rohit says that Rishabh Pant got a long rope, but let me just point out Rishabh Pant is
No,
a match
no,
winner.
no.
No, he may have got a long rope in T20s, but he's a match winner in Tests and ODIs.
Exactly.
So maybe you could give that advantages. Please tell me in KL Rahul's case, is he that match winner in T20s and ODIs that you've given him? I mean,
Has
that
KL
also.
Rahul won your game single-handedly?
IPL, yes.
No.
No, Lord's Test match, he was the man of the match, yeah. Honestly, Test matches you don't win single-handedly. He was the man of the match when India beat England at the
Sharma
Lords.
also got-
Even though I think Lord's Test match is where Shami and Bumrah got those runs and then
Yes.
they picked up wickets. And he was also the man of the match in the Centurion Test match, which India won.
One.
Yeah, good
be
question.
fair to him.
Akash, he's saying would
Chopra?
No, Akash Bhardwaj.
Bhardwaj.
Oh,
Akash's
I said Akash.
opinion will not come as a comment here.
Huh?
How will Akash's opinion come as a comment here?
No,
Would
so
he
you
be
said
what-
Akash. I thought maybe Akash.
Akash Bhardwaj.
Acha, what is he saying?
He's saying, would if Ravi Shastri was a coach, and
Then will
he's not
KL have
captain,
continued?
but and Virat captain, but would KL have gotten another?
If
Actually,
Ravi
only
Shastri was the coach and Virat would have been the...
no, only if Ravi Shastri was the
Only
coach.
if Ravi
would
Shastri was
KL
the
have
head
been
coach?
Playing the next test, third test.
He probably wouldn't have played the second test.
No.
Probably would not have played the second test.
No. And I'll give, again, two ways of looking at it. A, you can compliment Rohit and Rahul for sticking to players, giving them the confidence. You could also look at it from the other angle. That you also need to look at somebody like Shubman Gill, who's been waiting in the wings.
Correct.
And like they say, you give chances to players when they're going up.
Or
Not-
showing that they're
Not
going
when
up.
they're coming down.
And Gurgaon Gladiators has come on our comments.
Arey wah.
By the way, Sarthak is saying that Vridhiman Saha also has an average of 30, even though he was batting lower down the order, by the way.
And was considered not good enough to be playing in that position.
Sai Baba is also on our chat. He's saying players like Priyank Panchal, Ishwaran, Ruturaj, Prithvi, Gale with great numbers in first class don't even get a single chance to play.
They don't even get into the
8
15
innings.
or 16.
Or 8 teams.
They will, all their lives they've been playing for India A.
You've reached a point, yeah, Rahul, jahan pe your domestic cricket is this side of the river and your international cricket is this side of the river.
And the very same.
And the two are never going to meet, unfortunately.
Yeah, that is true. The super chats, let's take and then we can wind up.
Then you'll have to tell me the conclusion of this discussion.
Conclusion is clear. Everyone has said that he should not play the next test.
But
That is
might.
but that is our 11 versus the 11 that will play. That we will do for the test match. Samir Singh from the US of A says we should let KL Rahul play at least till 2053. He will come back in form for sure. So what if we have players like Gill, KL Rahul is greater than Bradman? Samir Singh is saying.
Sure, he's not being sarcastic at all. Huh?
Next. Point taken, Samir. Roy SP, is it good for KL himself to be back like this? At the moment, a lot looks wrong with him personally, but a personal life is going through a good phase.
No, personally,
Personally,
as
as
in
in
lack of
this-
confidence.
Yeah.
Him playing like this is harmful for himself more than the team.
I agree.
In fact, Venkatesh
Prasad
Prasad said that too in his tweets. He said in one of the many,
You know what?
many tweets he put up.
When Greg Chappell took the captaincy away from Saurav Ganguly,
Next, sure.
then dropped him from the team altogether, I'm sure, the country, Nikhil, then was divided
Oh, yeah, it was.
between the two, either with Ganguly
Or against.
or with Greg Chappell.
Yeah.
Now, again, people say that the intent of Greg Chappell was to finish off Saurav Ganguly. If he were indeed clever enough, if he had let Saurav Ganguly play 6 more months or 2 more series,
Maybe it
the
would have-
kind of batting that, and maybe Saurav would have given up altogether,
Yeah.
would have never made a comeback.
I don't think that was his intent.
But because he
Yes.
dropped, because he dropped him, and Saurav then fought like a tiger, worked on his game, on his fitness, and he was mentally very strong. He made a comeback and played 2 more years for India.
Bucket load of runs in
this,
domestic.
I think, is a very valid question. At times when you keep failing, it only does harm to you. It only does harm to you.
Yeah. Fair point. I agree with that. Maybe it'll do him a world of good that he gets dropped. He comes back with a vengeance.
And
he has done
and
that.
he's
earlier.
done that in the past.
exactly.
He's done that in the past. Maybe now you've made him such a big player of this Indian team, where it would be very embarrassing for him also and for the team management also, because they also desperately want him to do well. So do we. But then it is now, how things have changed. A lot of people here are saying that it's good that Rohit Sharma and Rahul Dravid, they've been persistent with the players. They've given them long rope, and but you would remember when the same thing would happen with Virat Kohli and Ravi Shastri, we would actually criticize them that they're being stubborn. They're being stubborn with their selections. Now, what can you say?
True.
AB Sam from Australia says, feel bad for Gill, who is in the form of his life. It's not just his form in the last 3 months, but Gill also went and played county last year and did great. Yes.
Yes.
I think we spoke at length about that. And, you know, a lot of his good form has come in white ball cricket, but it's time to, you know, make use of that. And I'm guessing his confidence being that high, push him into test cricket, perfect timing for him.
Yeah, right.
Okay, Davis Cricket is saying, by your logic, then Gill should be dropped from T20. KL is not getting criticism but abuse and hate from journalists. Why is that? But didn't
Then Gill got a century,
in T20 just now?
How can he be dropped?
No, by your logic, Gill should be dropped from T20s. Why?
He's getting.
We didn't have that logic. No, he's saying if
No, in
one is
between he
performing-
didn't
Shubman Gill is your
get two.
future, yaar. As simple as that.
But he's only
KL
started
Rahul
playing
was
T20
also
this year.
Yeah.
KL Rahul was also India's future at one point in time. Unfortunately,
Agla.
that future turned out to be not that great and pretty ugly. But Shubman Gill definitely is your future. No, you never know. Maybe in times to come, in years to come, he will. Maybe he will lead the Indian team
Quite likely.
Yeah.
and across formats.
Please read the next question, Rahul, from Abhi Singh.
Padho.
It's a valid question.
Okay, Lord Sri Krishna.
No, he's
Abhi
a little weak in mythology, so
the chidiya or
chidiya or fish, tree or whatever.
Lord Sri
The
Krishna
Mahabharata.
gave 100 chances to Shishupal. You know
Who
Shishupal
you know?
was? You know who Shishupal was?
Do you know?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, great. Okay.
Rahul Dravid will also give 100 chances to KL Rahul. So we all can discuss.
But
But
team
Team
management.
management will.
You know, it is sad that one day
Next
after
pair.
this historic victory, we're discussing this. Now, again,
What was his full name? Shishupal Chediraj.
Nikalo bhai Google's
Shishupal's
real
full
name.
Meanwhile, AB Sam has said that Gill didn't do well in one of tests in England last year, so he asked Dravid and selectors to let him play county instead of playing for India
And got 100.
and got 100. So, what I think it's the point about will it do harm to KL Rahul's confidence in himself? Like, for example, what Gill did, where he didn't get runs, so he went and decided to play
Problem
county.
is Rahul won't say drop me, I'll go play county.
No, player can say.
I
Yeah, maybe
doubt.
I'm not feeling myself.
Drop me
I'll go play county.
and I won't play the IPL.
No, not happening.
That I know.
No, so the name is full.
Name is correct.
Shishu and Pal.
No, it's one name.
It's one name.
Be careful.
Chalo yaar.
Be careful about.
We'll
what
get
you say.
strikes.
Those. Next one.
But आजकल ना all focus attention is on you.
हाँ ये कर दिया.
No, okay. Next. Dhanush is saying if Sehwag, Dravid, Sachin, Lakshman, Ganguly had batted in these type of pitches, would they have scored as many test runs as they did?
No.
No, but they would have still had better numbers than what
Yes.
we've been looking at.
But then, if these guys would have played the fast bowlers in those hostile conditions,
Why not the spinners?
even Muralidharan and Shane Warne,
Shane Warne, by the way, was
and
someone
in
who
South
pasted.
Africa facing Donald and the others.
No, but
Sean
Murali
Pollard.
Shane on these pitches.
No, he's reversing the eras.
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
because the question was if Sehwag, Dravid, Sachin Tendulkar, Lakshman, if they would have played in this era.
On these pitches.
On these
So I'm saying yes, they would have scored lesser number of runs.
But better.
His point is, chalo, on better wickets, if the present crop had been playing against the likes of Vaughan and Muralidharan and the fast bowlers, would they have scored the same number of runs?
Oh, good question.
Good question.
And in those kind of pitches, which
South Africa was South Africa.
South Africa was.
Even England was England by that time. Australia was Australia.
No, I'm talking about spinners. So
I can't remember who said this, some famous cricketer back then, that Tendulkar would have finished with maybe 10 or 20 hundreds more if he wouldn't have been playing for India. Because he never got to play the Indian bowlers.
come on, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll tell you.
So he would have got more runs because Indian bowlers are that weak. You had to play a Harbhajan and Anil Kumble.
No, I am not even talking about Harbhajan came late. I'm talking about
Back then.
Pacers and
I think
Initially.
mid-90s you were not
okay.
there.
There was a bit of a.
Okay, before the game. Maybe. No, but how many matches would he ever got to play? Some 10 matches or not 10, 15 in his career. Sushant Rathore is saying KL Rahul will be accommodated as a wicket keeper and people like Sri Kant Bharant and Sanju Samsung will suffer. Some guardian angel within the team will do it.
Angel is here.
So, yes, Saransh, you had some message for us that you have come.
Are you leaving?
So,
Chalo ji.
There's one more.
sir, how many commentators have guts like Venkatesh Prasad? It's high
Venkatesh
time.
Prasad-
Venkatesh
not a
Prasad is
commentator.
not a commentator.
That's why.
Probably
He's asking-
that's the why
Ah.
he has been tweeting.
As much.
And since he's been doing that every day, the message will get diluted. I think people will then rightly or wrongly presume that he's targeting someone. It
And
could be
it's-
KL Rahul, it could be somebody
And
else.
it's not just about English or Hindi commentary. He's not even getting Kannada commentary.
Nothing regional also.
He's not even called for the
How
selection.
do you know? Now there are two broadcasters in IPL. He might be doing commentary somewhere. But for the moment, he's not, which you're right. Maybe he doesn't want to do commentary.
Maybe he likes tweeting.
Hmm.
I don't think. You know, people have been making calls to him that if you can get me a
Commentary gig.
a commentary stint or a contract with Falana broadcaster,
And you can believe him.
or with Dimkana commentary.
You
No,
know that.
I can believe that they would be calling, but how many hotlines do you have with a broadcaster? How many can you call? Give him.
You are closer to the
I'm not.
broadcasters.
You met a friend of
You've
yours
done
in-
shows with
met-
them, yaar.
you met-
Come on, yaar. You've been you've done
No, you met one.
news.
You met one in Australia just now.
Oh, he's been an old friend, and
So,
he could recognize me from the crowd.
You met one, in fact, not you met
Both.
the.
No,
the
I met
Tom
He's
Khairat-
worked on sports channels, yaar.
there is not.
No,
sports.
I don't even know how those studios look like.
But yeah, unfortunately, he doesn't have a commentary contract with any of the broadcasters. But he did apply for the selection committee job.
He's made very relevant points. It's just that if he keeps doing that every day, then you know.
I said, do you think that with all these tweets, Venkatesh Prasad is not just targeting KL,
I
but he is
feel.
also
I'm not
targeting
gonna say
somebody else
Yes.
who
Who
comes
could that
from
be?
the same state
Yes.
Who?
and was
I
his
always
teammate
felt like
also.
that.
Who?
अब तो सब तो बोल दिए.
There's nothing cryptic about it.
No, I'm not talking about Doda Ganesh, by the way.
How will he target Doda? I mean, Doda is not selecting the team.
So, is there any selector from Karnataka?
I mean,
Huh?
No.
No, there's no selector.
There was, but not anymore. Sunil Joshi was there, but not anymore. So obviously he can't. There's no connection there.
So then, is he because? And is it now getting personal?
Could be.
Possible.
Seems
Yes. I'm not taking any names, but I feel what just that's the first impression I got.
I think Venkatesh Prasad he's made his point in the last couple of days.
Yeah.
And KL
Not
Rahul,
just last
I
couple
think
of days.
is reading a lot of those tweets and he's doing his best to expand or enhance Venkatesh Prasad's reach on Twitter.
Okay. Bye bye. See you. The Indian women's match is on, by the way. Mid innings, we're going to be live. India batting well. Must win game for them to qualify for the semi final. I think they should win this easily because Ireland have not won a single match so far.
Who will they play in the semis?
Australia.
Semi-final.
Yeah, because it's still up
We
top
are
the
in
group.
Australia.
Sada dil bahel, yeah.
They're topping that side. You're finishing second here.
They're not topping. They've topped 4 games, 4 matches.
Wait.
Will
Wins.
we make it to the finals or not?
That'll
If they
depend
do,
we beat
my
Australia.
God, they'll have to beat
Can
Australia.
we?
I mean, obviously
Can we,
Australia
yes?
start as favourites.
It's not the men's
Australia start as
No, the women's team are ridiculously good.
test match
So,
in India.
And I think England will play New Zealand.
So no, could be South Africa also.
Also South Africa.
No, because South Africa have a better net run rate. So if they beat Bangladesh, then South Africa make it.
Okay, bye bye. See you.